Am I the asshole for asking my boyfriend to stop learning Japanese? Hello. So my 25F boyfriend 29 meters was with a Japanese girl through college and up until we met, about 2 years ago. Throughout the relationship, he studied Japanese so he would be able to communicate with her family in Japan. However, even though they've broken up, he is still studying Japanese. I asked him if he could study Spanish, the language my family speaks, but he said no. He said that he wasn't interested in it, my family was all bilingual so it wasn't necessary, and that the Japanese was just a habit he wanted to maintain. The way I see it, he's demonstrating that he was willing to put in a lot more effort for her and her family than he is for me, and that really stings. I want him to stop studying Japanese and maybe start studying Spanish so that I know he's truly over her. Am I the asshole? You are the asshole. That is utterly and completely bananas. He learned a language and wants to maintain it. It has nothing to do with his ex-girlfriend anymore, and you making it about your jealousy and need to feel superior to her is alarming. Quit it or expect to be single very soon. Girl, stop. You are the asshole. Maybe he started studying the language because of her, but continued because he actually enjoyed it. You are the asshole. You want him to drop something that he's interested in to take up something that you're interested in? He's with you, not her. You sound quite insecure. You want him to become trilingual for you? Geez. The world does not revolve around you. You are the asshole. Learning a language is valuable and isn't something you give up on just because someone is jealous. But it'd be nice of him to try to learn Spanish additionally. If you ask in a better way, I hope he'll consider. You are the asshole. Dictating that you boyfriend stop learning a language he's out tons of hours into just because it has to do with his ex is ridiculous. If you would have asked him to learn some conversational Spanish in addition to the Japanese, then you wouldn't come off as so selfish. You are the asshole. The way I see it is that he should not have to prove shit. Relationships are built on trust and respect. You give neither. The man has a hobby that does not revolve around you. Cry me a river. Sayonara. You are the asshole. This is very dumb. You are the asshole. Let the man have his hobby. It has nothing to do with you or the strength of your relationship. You are the asshole. He likes learning a language he had put a lot of time in. No reason to be upset here. It takes a long time to learn a language, and stopping partway to start on yet another language is likely to make him forget what he has learned so far. Learning a language is a life skill that has application beyond communication within laws. I wouldn't view him wanting to continue in Japanese as choosing his ex over you or being more committed to his ex. Soft. You are the asshole. You are the asshole. He has put a lot of time into learning that skill and you are trying to stop him from doing something he wants to. Let him finish learning Japanese and then ask him to learn Spanish. You are the asshole. You have no scope to dictate his hobbies. It's very unfair and presumptuous of you to be thinking that this has anything to do with him not being over his ex. It sounds like he just really connected to the language and found it had value to him to be learning it. I'm sure it'd be nice for him to learn some Spanish, but him choosing not to do that doesn't mean he's putting less effort into this relationship. He might just not connect with that particular language. He can still do plenty of other things to connect with you and your family in a meaningful way, and I kind of feel like you dictating to him how he should and shouldn't behave both in his hobbies and his ways of connecting with you and your family is controlling and comes across weirdly jealous. You are the asshole. Originally he learned Japanese for her sake, but it seems like he's developed an interest all his own. And in any event, you've stated you want him to drop Japanese and maybe learn Spanish to prove that he's over her. It's rare that that isn't an asshole request. Maybe in time he develops an interest for Spanish. But you're forcing the issue. And yes, if your family is bilingual, then they already have a means to communicate. You are the asshole. He has put time into learning a second language, and that is a separate issue from his feelings towards his ex. Asking him to stop is an unreasonable request. Alternate title: Am I the asshole for trying to control whether my boyfriend learns a useful skill because I'm insecure? You are the asshole. You are the asshole. Do you want him to give up everything he learned or bought while he was with her? What about the experiences he had which made him into the person he is now? Geez. Just let people have histories and interests. Your boyfriend is an actual person. You are the asshole. Let the man have a hobby. Maybe he likes Japan and their culture. You are the asshole. And jealous for no reason. You are the asshole. I assume he'd learn your family's language if there was a language barrier, but there's not, so he'd be learning it for nothing. And if he's already put a lot of time into Japanese, it makes sense to stick with it. If he doesn't, he'll forget it and it will all have been for nothing. Being bilingual is a skill, why lose that skill? It could help him get a job or communicate in an emergency, or maybe even make traveling easier. You are the asshole. He has already spent time and made progress learning Japanese, so you're not only asking him to learn a language he is not interested in, but you're also asking him stop learning a language he already has knowledge of. Sounds like it is your insecurity that is being misplaced on him. And you may be coming off controlling to your boyfriend also. You are the asshole. It's not just an effort thing. Different languages aren't just harder or easier to learn, it can be a different process. So he may be having fun learning Japanese but might not have fun learning Spanish, plus he's already gotten into it. Dude. WTF. You are the asshole. You are the asshole big time. Get over yourself. You are the asshole. Ah yes, just let me stop learning this language I have put in a lot of work into learning and have found to genuinely like, even though it all started for an ex, and start a whole new one. Is that what you're expecting? All it's going to cause is resentment and probably a breakup. No one likes being controlled over what their hobbies are. Did it ever occur to you the more you dated and hung around your family, he might just grow a genuine interest and start learning Spanish? You are the asshole. You are the asshole for sure. You can't dictate what language your significant other wants to learn, that's incredibly controlling. You are the asshole. Why do you think he should stop? He spends his time learning the language he wants to learn, and after he spends hours or days in that language, it makes no sense for you to say switch. To be honest, you sound like you belong on Nice Girls. Japanese version. Imagine being insecure to a language. You are the asshole. He's interested in learning Japanese, there's no inherent harm in learning a language. Now he's started learning the language, he just wants to commit to learning the language he took up. Let the guy have interests and hobbies. Info: did he start studying Japanese specifically to communicate with his then-girlfriend's family, or did he happen to enjoy Japanese language, culture and had a good reason to invest in more study once he was dating someone Japanese? You are the asshole. He's interested in the language, let him be. This cannot be real. You have no right to dictate his interests or hobbies, and if you are at all a functional adult, you know already that. If this is real and you don't already know, you are the asshole. You are the asshole. Your boyfriend has an interest in learning a language and about a culture, and you're annoyed he won't drop several years of time and effort to learn Spanish because you want him to? This just comes across as you being very insecure in your relationship. You are the asshole. He wants to finish what he started because he is enjoying it. It has nothing to do with his ex now. This kind of jealousy and control you are trying to have is going to destroy the relationship. If you think he is not truly over her, then move on. You are the asshole. Just because he started to learn it when he was with her is no reason he can't continue with it. It's really a cool language to know. Let him do it. I learned Czech from a guy the first worked with, it's about the language, not the friend from the past. You are the asshole. It may have started because he wanted to be able to communicate with her family, but it's obviously now something that he is personally interested in and wants to continue. I'm sorry, because I don't think you're an asshole generally, but in this situation, you are the asshole. He gets to choose what languages he learns. He doesn't want to learn Spanish. He might in the future, but not now, and that's his choice. You're turning this into a competition with his ex-girlfriend, when it isn't one. You're creating a problem and making an unnecessary demand. This isn't the hill to die on. You are the asshole. He wants to maintain a skill he was developing. You are the asshole if he's still trying to learn it, maybe it's cause he's probably interested in it for more than just the fact his ex was Japanese. You are the asshole. Holy fuck. Your entitlement is astounding. You are the asshole. He may have gotten into Japanese because of the girl, but he continued studying it for himself. You can't expect him to give up years of study just cause you're jealous. That's bananas. Oh, my boyfriend took up painting cause of a girl, but I'd rather if he gave it up and learned piano instead. You are the asshole. It's not about her anymore, it's something he likes. You are the asshole. The man began a new language and has gone too far to suddenly stop studying it. Lol. Of course you are the asshole. Get over yourself. Most ridiculous post of the day. Do you know any other languages at all to understand how complex Japanese is to learn? Why should he let that knowledge rot just because of you, and why would you be so self-centered as to make it about you and ask him to stop? You're insecure and you are the asshole. You are the asshole. He wants to maintain his skill and you are being selfish, demanding to change it to something else. No assholes here, you're still in the wrong, but you're not an asshole emo. I think it's understandable you're upset, but it's probably just that he started Japanese and doesn't want to switch to something else now. Just understand that it would be pretty demoralizing to start learning all over again. And if the worst should happen and he'll try to get back with his ex, then even if he stopped learning Japanese that would have happened anyway. Just let the weeb do his thing. Sue_. I mean, death to weebullshit and all, but you've admitted that this is about her and not actually about him bonding with your family. Also, of course he had to put in more effort for a family that didn't speak any English. You are the asshole. The 25 must be a typo, op sounds more like a 15-year-old. How about letting that young man study and enjoy what he likes before he dumps your selfish childish ass? You are the asshole. How insecure are you that your boyfriend learning a language makes you act like a psycho?